What's up everybody? Good morning. Tommy here, Math Productions, and this video is going to help you understand how the Outpost system works, specifically when we're talking about cargo links, inter-system cargo links, and then moving your harvested resources from one outpost to another. Our specific goal in mind with that is to at least link 5 outposts together through cargo links. We're going to use a mix of regular cargo links as well as the inter-system cargo links. I always play with mods. Obviously, prior to mods, when the game first released, I had the ability to collect achievements, and at that point, somehow I unlocked pretty much all the outpost achievements or whatever that I could get. But ever since then, I've only ever played with mods, so every time I start a new game, it tells me that achievements are disabled. So this is using mods for a tutorial video. The video is not included in our modded survival playthrough series. It is the same load order. I just clicked this morning to start a new save file, and I'm only using it to run through this video, and then we'll be back to our normal character that we use. But this video is using mods specifically as well. We are using the cheat tutorial or cheat terminal for this tutorial. We're using it for infinite carry weight and to give us all of the resources we're going to need, so that way I can make this video quickly here this morning. If you're actually playing in normal gameplay with achievements enabled, it is going to be a more time-consuming process, because you are going to have to have access to all the resources that we're going to use to build what we're going to build. When it comes to building what we're going to build, we're going to keep it very simple, very basic. To start out, when I'm making it easy for myself by mapping out the 5 outposts that I'm going to link together, all I'm really going to put aside from the outpost beacon is one regular cargo link, one inter-system cargo link, and one small landing pad, so that way we can have everything right there together, right on screen as we're going through this video. To actually get into some of these tips though and understandings, you've seen on screen already as I've been talking, it's super helpful to talk to Vasco right there at the beginning of the game in the lodge. It's the same dialogue tree when you can ask Vasco to become a companion for the first time, but in there you can ask about Outpost, specifically about advanced structures and harvesting resources, and that gives you a bunch of good information right there from the start. And then the next big thing that I just kind of breezed through, because again, this video is going to mainly just talk about linking your outposts and how that works and the idea behind that. But it's really important that when you're choosing your outpost locations, that you do so with some information, right? Look at the actual system information, look at the actual planet information, scan the surface of the planet, and look at the topography. Find a good biome, find some resources that you need that are located in those, and what biomes they're located in. But you only get 8 outposts at the start. Through skill unlocks, I believe, without mods, you can get it up to like 24, I believe, outposts that you can make. But there's hundreds of planets, right? And if you have your planetary habitation skill leveled up as well, you can build on far more planets than just 24 outposts, right? So you need to be selective. You need to have a purpose. But this video is not going to dive into any sort of specific strategy on go to this system, go to these planets, collect these resources, use these resources to make this item, and blah, 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 blah. That's super advanced. It gets convoluted. That's not the idea of this video. The idea of this video is just to really understand how the logistics, the mechanical logistics of this process works. And again, I believe there's an outpost achievement that you have to link 5 outposts with cargo links. So this does give you a rubric mechanically for how that can work. What I've done is I started out in the Olympus system on Nisoi, and Nisoi was the first outpost beacon that I placed. We're going to call that Outpost 1, and then I'm going to go ahead from there and give myself a roadmap to then work backwards from. It's going to be the easiest way, in my opinion, to visualize moving product between 5 outposts. We're going to start at outpost 5, and then we're going to work our way back to that first beacon that we placed at outpost 1. So what we saw on screen initially was that process of me starting at Nisoy, placing the first beacon, and then I went up to a nearby planet before another planet. So the first 3 outposts were all in the same system. Those just need regular cargo links to interact. But then for the 4th and 5th outpost, we moved over to the Endem system, and we put 2 outposts on the same planet there. On the same planet, they as well can use just the standard cargo system, cargo links. They don't need the inner system link. But between outpost number 4 and outpost number 3, because it's going between Endem and Olympus, that is the instance where one would need to use the inner system cargo link specifically. You'll notice on screen as well, I put down a gas storage chamber, storage container, and I connected that to the helium container, the helium-3 container. This is what I'm talking about right here. For this inner system link, inner system links require HE3 for them to be able to function. If they do not have HE3 in their hold right there, then they will not transport goods. A lot of the times when I've seen before that people are struggling with cargo links, it's twofold. Make sure, one, that you're using the appropriate link. What I mean by that is if you're on the same planet or in the same system, you don't need to potentially confuse the system more by using an inner system link, because a standard cargo link is for those connections that are all within the same system. The inner system cargo link is, I don't want to say it's exclusively for, because you can use it for any of the linking, but it's specifically for like what we're doing between outposts 4 and 5, what you're seeing, or between 4 and 3, what you're seeing on screen here. When you're going from a system like Endem to another system like Olympus, that is where you need the inner system link. If you're on Androphon and you're trying to ship things over to Jemison, that is an inner system link. These standard cargo links, again, are only for the same system type connections. If it's between 2 different systems, you need the inner system. That said, once you've established that, and now especially when you've established you are using an inner system link and you're trying to purposely move goods between systems, those inner system links have to have helium-3 in their deposits. And it has to have helium-3 at both ends or all ends of the inner system link that's moving goods between systems. They have to have helium-3 at both locations to not just import the goods, but for that ship to then leave back to its original point of origin, right? So again, final note on this to really hammer in, the basic cargo links are for the same system. It can be different planets within the same system. It can be planets and moons within the same system. It does not matter if it is the same system. When you are trying to send and receive goods between 2 different systems, you have to have a inner system link. That inner system link has to have helium-3. And the last thing really that I'm just going to highlight quickly is about the goods itself. Again, this video is not intended to show you how to set up a specific harvesting, manufacturing line, whatever, to be able to maximize some sort of credits or skill or anything like that. That is not what this video is. You can figure out how to do that super easily once you just understand how the mechanics of this system actually work. The last thing I want to note about these links, it's uniform between the links. There is a red container and a green container on either type. The red is for outgoing, the green is for incoming. So what we've been doing on screen, once we got our 5 outposts established with the beacon, with the 2 links, and with the landing pad, we went back to the 4th, and that's where we actually started setting up the connections, was at Outpost 4. We put in the resource extractors, we had everything set up. We moved copper from Outpost 5's extractor into the storage, and then we put that into the outgoing container of a standard cargo link at number 5. That was linked to Outpost number 4, same planet, and we set it up so that Outpost number 4 would be receiving incoming copper from Outpost number 5 at one of the cargo links that we have at Outpost number 4. It would then filter from the incoming freight into a storage unit, and then that storage unit was linked to the other cargo link at the outpost into its outgoing container. And then when we moved to Outpost number 3, we connected the outgoing cargo link from Outpost number 4 to an incoming cargo link on Outpost number 3, and we daisy chained it all the way back to our original outpost on Nisoi, Outpost number 1. So again, the way, if you were looking at an actual logistical map of these stops, the copper starts by being harvested at Outpost number 5. It is then transferred to Outpost number 4. It is then again transferred via an inner system link to Outpost number 3, where it's transferred again to Outpost number 2, before finally being received back at our original destination, our home outpost, Outpost number 1. So anytime you're trying to create a big chain of outposts, just remember you have to have at least 2 links, one for incoming, one for outgoing. And if you make sure you're using the appropriate link and you have helium-3 for the inner system links, then you should not have any issues and unlocking the achievement for connecting 5 or more outposts. But I hope this video helps you out. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, what you want to see next. I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. There is a lot more on the way. Take care till next time.